If you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. Wrath, fury, rage, whatever you call it, anger is a powerful emotion. And in life, there is a thin line that separates right from wrong. And when you're blinded by anger, it can be near impossible to see this line. In today's story, this young boy finds out the consequences of anger all too well. He was known for his bad temper and poor anger management skills. But it wasn't until later that the boy began to realize how much his actions affected the ones around him. You'll want to stick around to the end of this video to find out more and another key to untapping your potential. Welcome to Untapping Your Potential, where we will share with you motivational stories that will keep it growing and inspire you to take action. Once upon a time, in a small and cozy village, there lived a young boy along with his mother and father. The boy was handsome, smart, courageous. But as he was approaching his teenage years, the couple started having a hard time with him because of his bad temper. They began to notice their son would get agitated easily. He got angry very quickly and would always raise his voice in front of others. The boy's bad temper caused him to be very harsh towards others. It got to the point where he started yelling at kids, his neighbors, and even his own friends. And because of this, the villagers began to avoid the boy like a plague. His parents became very worried about him. His parents would frequently advise him to control his anger and try to be kinder. But unfortunately, all their attempts failed. And finally, just as the father was about to give up, he thought of an idea. The following day, the boy's father went to the local hardware store and bought a bag full of nails and a brand new hammer. As he left the store, he was confident that this time things would finally work out. Just as he arrived, the father immediately called out, "Son, where are you?" "Come here," he said. "I have something to give you." The son walked into the room, not expecting his father to hand him a heavy bag of nails and a hammer. "Son, take this. Every time you feel angry or start to lose your temper, hammer one nail into the back of our fence." The young boy was skeptical. "Why do I need to do that, father?" he asked. "Oh, you'll find out. Just wait and do as I say for now." Finding the task amusing, the boy accepted his father's orders. And things started off pretty well for him. Every time the young man lost his temper, instead of yelling or causing another tantrum, he would immediately run to the fence and hammer a nail. On the first day, his rage alone drove him to hammer 37 nails onto the fence. But over the next few days, the boy began showing steady improvement. The number of nails hammered onto the fence began to decrease. The young boy found it easier to control his anger than to hammer those nails onto the fence. And slowly but surely, the number of nails hammered to the fence was reduced to a third, then to a half, then to a quarter. Until finally, the moment arrived when not a single nail was hammered at all. The boy succeeded in controlling his temper all day. It was a miracle. And on that day, the boy quickly ran to tell the news to his parents. Seeing his son's improvement, the father spoke to him and said, "I'm proud to see that you've been making some progress. But let me give you another challenge. I want you to remove the nails one by one each time you're able to control your anger." "Okay, father." The young boy accepted the task once again. After a few days, the boy was able to remove the majority of the nails from the fence. The boy decided to tell his father about it. The father began taking his son by the hand and leading him to the fence. When he finally arrived, the father asked his son, "What do you see there?" Confused, the boy replied, "Well, isn't that a hole in the fence?" "That's right," said the father. "You were able to remove plenty of nails, but a few are still stuck, and you were able to pull hundreds out. But look at all those holes. This fence is just like you and I. The nails were your bad temper, and every time you act on this temper, Harsh and hurtful things were hammered hard onto the people around you. You see, the nails can be removed, but the holes in the fence will remain. The fence will never be the same again. It's covered in scars, and that won't easily go away. The young boy then froze. He began to understand how powerful his father's words and how impactful his actions in life were. Do not allow your anger to control your reason, but rather your reason to control your anger. Now, much has already been said about anger. It's an emotion that most of us are familiar with and have felt at some point in our lives. You've read about rage, you read articles on anger management. However, dealing with anger in your own life is a completely different story. If you don't learn to control your emotions, your experiences can be ruined. It has the potential to destroy your growth by blinding your vision of the future. Remember, anger is only one letter short of danger. Eleanor Roosevelt. While you cannot control other people's actions, you can definitely control your own attitude and actions, including anger. And in this story, the young man was able to conquer his emotions and not let his emotions conquer him. He was led to understand the dangers that these emotions could cause with passion and focus. But at the same time, how critical it is to find joy in every moment. You could put a knife in a man and draw it out, and it won't matter how many times you say, "I'm sorry," the wound is still there. President Thomas S. Monson once said, "Anger doesn't solve anything. It builds nothing, but it can destroy everything." What you say matters. Instead of being angry, be positive and encouraging. Keep your words gentle and polite. And believe me, you're going to make a positive difference unto others. So if you're about to be blinded by rage, ask yourself, do you want to make decisions based on jumbled emotions? Do you want to shape your future based on other people's dissatisfactions with life? Consider them very carefully, because there are some things in life that you cannot take back. And just as Buddha once said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Thanks for watching this video. How would you like to hear more motivational stories on a consistent basis? Do me a favor and support the channel by sharing, commenting below, and please make sure to like and hit that subscribe button to get the latest update. Soon, you will be on your way to feeling inspired.